always work until it's recorded.
But has it always been this way, or is this something that you shaped over the years, maybe because avoiding maybe some misunderstandings or maybe jealousy in a way?
We've always been a band that rehearsed, always. Mm-hmm. And I think I'm pretty sure we are one of a kind to being together for almost 20 years and still rehearsing together as a band. Because usually a lot of other bands, they maybe send each other files and then one guy wrote this song, another guy wrote that song, and when they go to the studio, he's recording the whole that song, and the other guy's recording. Mm. We don't do that. We do everything together as a band.
Have you tried that the way you just described one at some point in time?
I think
because it's more time consuming, I assume, the way you work then, or
we send a few files, like musical files,
but that's
only to present the ideas. And
ideas,
then we go to the rehearsal room and we try to put it together as a band.
I mean, when we recorded, I think it was Fatal Norms, we did it like, the drummer was in the studio by himself. There was nobody, playing a guitar for the drummer. The drummer played only the drums to a click track, and then, the guitarist came in and did the guitar, and the other guitarist, and blah, blah. And, we didn't have that kind of band feeling to it. So it kind of, I think, after that session we learned that, we're gonna do everything together as a band. And even this time when we recorded a new one, when Fredrik played the drums, everybody else in the band except for Johan was there in the studio, and we played together with him because so he got the feeling of the song. So then we could change, if we wanted some parts to be faster or some songs be slower or whatever. So, we got the feeling.
You become more flexible also when you work that way. I mean, if he's just going to play after a click track, he can't really come up with an idea when or anybody else can't really come up with any ideas to change the drums into something better. You're stuck with what you have when it's time to record the guitars.
But is it now more that you maybe that there's a certain amount of time that you spend together practicing, and then you take it to the studio, but then you still sort of work on it until it's done?
Yeah, you can always work until it's recorded, because when it's on tape, then it's too late to make changes. Yeah. So of course, I mean, if you're gonna make a song maybe 3 BPM faster, and it's a little change, but that change can make so much for the song. So it's very good to actually have the opportunity to record this way, because then you can try them out. You can try out all the songs, and maybe we should take that part and flip it with that part or whatever.
Okay. Is this way of working? It does demand that you are all living together in sort of the same area, or how is that work? Or
I mean, it doesn't demand it, but it obviously makes it easier for me. During the writing process of this album, I moved away from Stockholm, so I would go to Stockholm like three days a week and practice with the guys, and then go back home.
How far you live now from Stockholm?
2 hours west of Stockholm. So.
Okay, so that's still within manageable.
It's not too far, but it's not like I'm gonna, drive to the rehearsal and drive home in the evening. I wouldn't do that. But I have family in Stockholm, so I can stay with them.
Yeah, because you're all now probably in the age where families come in. And has this ever been a problem for the band, or is that because this way of working maybe is a bit like going to work then for you, or how does it?
Nah, not really. I mean, we decided a long time ago that band is pretty important, and everybody knows that. If we have, everybody knows that when a new cycle comes, when we have a new album out, then we're gonna start touring. It's not, it's not gonna be a surprise for anybody. So I mean, everybody's prepared, and but of course, when you're home, you're home. You have more time to do stuff when you're home, because, because other people go to work. You can, you're gonna be home. You can do all your things home. I mean, I think even Johan Söderberg, that has had kids first, he also says that he actually have more time for his daughter when playing in a band than having a regular job. So even if he's touring a lot, but when he's home, he's totally dedicated home. You know, so.
I think the only thing that really happened to disrupt it a little bit for us was when Ted's kids were born. The first one kind of came unexpectedly. So it wasn't planned, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So when the time came for birth, he wasn't available for the tour, of course. But then we just had to stand in for a few weeks, and then he came on the tour afterwards. And this actually the second child kind of happened the same way, but mainly because there was no tour planned for that time of year when they had the baby conceived. So it's kind of weird, but
he has it with the same wife.
Yeah.
Okay, so he's not. He learned from his.
Yeah. So no, but it was same thing there. But I mean, obviously, maybe Ted is easier to get a replacement for. I mean, if I would get my wife pregnant, I'm not sure I could go on the road, and that wouldn't be good. So
yeah,
we'll try to keep that for a while now. So.